Hello everyone and welcome back, Dace here. If you're a fan of retro shmups or have a particular fondness for games developed by NMK, you're in for a treat because Hamster has once again dropped a fantastic title into our laps. NMK's 1993 release of Gunnail is the latest addition to the Arcade Archives series and the game's first port to home consoles. I'm thrilled to be sharing a little bit about it today. With that out of the way, let's get into this. In a nutshell, Gunnail is an explosively action-packed 1 to 2 player vertical scrolling shooter. The story, if there is one beyond simply blowing up massive armored bosses and saving the day, is anyone's guess. However, the setting is an incredible science fiction creation taking us through stages that truly spark the imagination. We've got fantastic enemy sprites, cool looking attacks, abstract structures, and everything in between. Gunnail's arrival on Nintendo Switch has me especially stoked because this is one of their more graphically detailed STGs, with an art style resembling other NMK titles such as Macross and Thunder Dragon 1. The game plays out over 8 stages. At first, it might sound like you're in for a 50-minute marathon like GG Alesta 3, but despite the number of stages, they're all relatively short, and the total runtime is anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how fast you get through levels and bring down bosses. Gunnail uses an interesting shield system. Players start each run with 3 lives, or shields as they're called, and will lose 1 for each hit received. But there's a twist. The fewer shields you hang on to, the higher you can score. The more you score, the sooner you get the first available extend. There are a total of 2 extends that can be obtained through scoring, and these are crucial to survival. The first extend is reached at 500,000 points, and the second at 2 million points. When you earn an extend, you gain 1 additional shield, which also fully restocks them. With only 2 extends available, the maximum shield amount is of course 5. Once no shields remain, the next hit will result in a game over unless another credit is used. Your ship's default weapon is a forward-firing attack, and you have 3 bombs that restock when losing a shield. The game gives you a lot to work with, making things very approachable for players of all skill levels. You may also switch to one of 3 additional weapons by collecting the corresponding item on screen. Those 3 weapons are the wide shot, laser, and Firebeam. The wide shot is great for what it is and can be advantageous in specific situations. The Firebeam is an excellent weapon. It has great range, homing capabilities, and is just all around fun to use since it can do things the other weapons can't. The laser is not so great as its range is minimal compared to the other 2 weapons. I've also heard that it has the same damage output as the Firebeam, except it doesn't shoot wide or have the targeting shot, so the other 2 weapons are always recommended over the laser. If you take a hit, your weapon will return to the default shot type, and your power level will drop to 0, but one of the weapon items will burst from your ship and can be retrieved. It's important to note that this item will not necessarily be the same as the weapon type you just lost. A power-up item, or sometimes a bomb, will also be removed upon taking damage. Power-ups can be collected to increase your power level by 1 and up to a maximum of 10. I'll momentarily touch on the Multiplier, which is linked to power level as well. When you begin the run and collect your first power-up, your ship will receive 2 options. These options sit on either side of your ship and fire simultaneously with your starting weapon. As for scoring in Gunnail, it is strongly advised that you suicide down to 0 shields at the start of stage 1. This is recommended to ensure that you earn more points and obtain the first extend by the end of the level. The multiplier is adjusted when you lose a shield. If you are sitting comfortably with full shields or have only lost 1, your multiplier will remain at ×1. If you have lost 2 shields, the multiplier will be at ×2, and ×3 if you've lost 3. Higher multipliers can also be achieved, depending on a few things, such as shield count in conjunction with our multiplier when entering a fight, and whether we can no-miss the boss. Ideally, you want to be nailing a multiplier of ×100 as often as possible. Killing enemies will of course earn you points, but you can also collect medals in each level. These medals won't grant you points when you pick them up, but they count towards the stage end bonus. You will also receive a bonus for the number of remaining bombs. As I mentioned earlier, the multiplier is also linked to power-ups. If you have a ×10 multiplier, a single power-up item will boost your power level to the maximum level of 10. Sometimes you'll see an S item. These are super accelerators, and many medium-sized enemies drop them in particular stages. When you pick up a super accelerator, the background scrolling speed increases by about 2 or 3 times, and the multiplier gets another ×2. There is also a rank system in place which revolves around survival time. Essentially, no missing equals faster bullets. So if you want to play it safe, Allow yourself to take hits from time to time. One thing I find interesting about Gunnail is that, like other games, the playable area scrolls slightly to either side when approaching, but what's unique is that there is additional space you can reach by pushing all the way into the border. In terms of the game's music, everything beautifully fits Gunnail's setting and mood with a healthy dose of bass slaps. The sound effects are perfectly crunchy for explosions, and firing shots reminds me of 90s water gun fights or something similar to the projectiles raining down on armored enemy plating in Visara. In conclusion, I am yet again blown away by another super cool title reaching out to us from the past, and all thanks to Hamster. One thing I love about Gunnail is that it can be enjoyed with various playstyles. If you want to shoot for high scores and you're a fiend for no missing, then this is your game. If, on the other hand, you want to play it safe, you can easily no miss the first level at 0 shields and with a bit of practice to net that first extend and then coast the rest of the way with all the resources the game provides. I certainly haven't covered every detail Gunnail has to offer, but I'm trusting this has helped you learn a little bit about this gem from way back. Gunnail is super fun, easy to understand, and very approachable even for complete beginners. It also controls very well, plus this is one of the few STGs that actually rewards you for losing lives, which gives this game a refreshing twist. So yeah, for about $9 Canadian or $7 US, I'm definitely not complaining. Anyway, that's going to wrap this up. In the comments below, let me know if you aim to pick this one up or share something that has caught your attention in the gameplay. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to keep your days STG infused. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.